listen to music. I like to walk, to go out with my friends. That's it. Thank you.
Got it. Antonio, what about you?
Good morning. I am Antonio. I am 23 years old. I live in Maranhão and I study chemistry. So I like music and the bibliotheory. That's it.
Nice, really nice. Bru,
Hi guys, I'm Bruna. I live in São Paulo with my family. I work as teacher and as a community manager. I like dancing. I really love true crime stories. What else? Now I'm trying to go back to the gym, exercise more often. And that's it.
yeah, and not about crimes, but I like most conspiracy. Serial killers is about crimes as well.
Yes, I love it.
And I really like about cults. It's all about crimes, but it's
Yeah, about like you taught me how to like about cults too.
cults.
Yeah, cults.
It's very interesting. It's like, and you see how people get into that easily. So I am Atams. I'm from Minas, but I live in England since 2019, almost 4 years here. What else? I'm an artist. I'm a nutritionist as well. And that's it. This weekend will be Halloween, and I'm very excited for it. Antonio, can you answer the question number 2, please? Does freedom of speech mean you can say anything?
I think freedom of speech is a right when everybody can express what do you think, what do you want to say, but it's difficult to say what is freedom of speech because some people confuse this concept with intolerance, prejudice, and it is confused to describe a concept exactly for it, but I think that the freedom of speech, it's based in respect. You express it, but you need respect of the other what the other think or say.
So it means you can say anything, or it doesn't mean you can say anything?
Sorry?
So it means you can say anything, you want, or it doesn't mean you can say anything?
I think that you can express what you want to say, but it's necessary to be on conscience what is respectful and what is prejudice, because one thing is different of the other.
Yeah. Bruno, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I must confess I didn't know, so I'm using Google to help me. And as I understood here, it's about saying everything you want without fear of judgment. So it doesn't mean if I understood clearly, it doesn't mean if you are harming someone else's rights or something like this, you can say anything you want without being judged or without judgment, So, but from my point of view, it shouldn't be like this. I totally agree with Antonio. I think if it's something that it's going to be harmful or that goes against human rights, I don't think it should be free, should do this.
So it shouldn't be said if it's not, it's harmful.
I think so. Yeah.
And for you, Andressa.
Yeah, I agree with Bruno. I don't think freedom means you can say anything you want. Sometimes is important to be honest and say what you think, but I think you have say with respect, but at the same time, sometimes the best is not say anything. So I think it depends. But in terms of the law, I think freedom can mean you can say anything you want. That's
So
what
it's like what really reminds me was the desk guy. He says a lot of inconvenient things, or maybe I don't know. So like having a racist opinion is being racist. So you can say if you're racist. So I don't think so. Freedom of speech, it means you can say anything. It means you because some things is not about your opinion. You can express your opinion, but if it's harmful, it's not your opinion. It's not just opinion. So anyway, complicated. So I don't think so. We have some example here, number 3. Some countries forbid school teachers from introducing subjects like homosexuality in their classes. Is this denying free speech? Andressa, what do you think?
I think so. Let me just read again the question. I'm not sure, because I don't know if like homosexuality is like in Brazil. I don't think too is a subject that is talking about. I know we talk about like health and like the parts of our bodies, but I didn't remember if we study like about homosexuality. So I think we should, but so I think it's I don't agree with like this of forbid. I think we should talk about.
So it is for denying free speech, or it's not?
I think it's denied, yeah.
So like homosexuality is just an example, but the people in Brazil talk a lot about gender identity.
Yes.
And what else? Other things that I just can laugh about. Bruno, for you.
Well, I totally agree with Andres. I think it is denying free speech. I don't know how to explain deeply, but I think it's something that should be normal, right? Like talk about it, and I don't know, like talk about sexuality and sex education. I think all of these things are important because they are real. They exist, and it's important to discuss it. And yeah, it's really sad when we need when like parents or like people don't understand the purpose of bringing these subjects. Yeah, so I think if you forbid it, you are denying the free speech.
Yeah, because like we introduce in schools introduce things like introduce things like it's not a subject, but it is in my time. I don't know now. When I was a kid, it wasn't. But like the princess and the prince, and the marriage and the family, and the Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Yeah.
kind of things.
I think the main points that like people think if they if schools like teach this, or if they introduce the subject, their children are going to become gays or something like this, they're going to change their kids.
Yeah, there's something I really laugh about, because they will teach kids how to be gays or lesbians or any transsexual. But I think about in the past, nobody taught the people art now. So they were self how would you say when we learn self-taught? I don't know.
Self-taught, yes.
Self-taught. So like much more harsh than now. The kids have everything easily. This doesn't make sense. Like, that's all.
Yes.
Antonio, what do you think about?
So the situation is Danny, the free speech, but I am studying to be a teacher at the moment. So I realize that we teachers have a big power to influence the students, obviously. For this reason, we need to pay attention what message we want to transmit to students. But it's important, necessary, no force the student think like us. I have an idea, but I cannot to be the student think the same thing what I think. But it is important, it's necessary, present to students the diversity, show to students that in the society there person who think different ways, who have different lifestyle. For this reason, provide the subject, the topic. It's so bad to the student because bury a big bolha in the school. No prepare the student to the society.
Yeah, it's like if you I don't know why deny this, why forbid, why is forbidden, because if you forbid, it's because you want to control people somehow. You don't want to they think by themselves, or like for example, and the example in the question is like homosexuality, and many people who are homosexual since they were born. So if you forbid, many people think that's wrong, or it doesn't exist, something is wrong with me, I am the wrong person in this world, I should die, many things happen. And if you say, if you thought teach that exists, not like teach how to be a gay, that doesn't make sense, but like teach like there are people this way, this, as you said, Antonio, the diversity is important, but not like you have to think about like me, I am a gay teacher, so I have to be gay, I am a straight teacher, you have to be. So that's not what the question is about. But yeah, so does the internet open up the possibilities of totally free speech and the freedom of expression? So how, if don't, how? Bruno, let's start with you.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think it's and it's interesting because like people really feel they have the right to post and to share everything they want, and when they are sued by like someone else, and then they learn the lesson, like you think you can spread racism or any type of of prejudice, homophobia, transphobia, but they forget there is someone else there who is like with the eyes on it, and it's a law, right? Like you can't say everything you want. There are some, I know we have like Carolina Dickman, I think that's the name, and then you can't do this, but it allows us, or it may allow not us, because I don't do this, but it allows people to say what they want, since it's something really really big, you know, like it's huge. You feel you won't be found, you know, or you won't be noticed. So I think it does, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking more about my videos on TikTok. People say everything they want, even when it's not related to the subject. I'm saying they are rude, they are crazy. Like it's completely unrelated. That's what it freaks me out. Because like like people say, read more books. What are you talking about? I'm talking about showers. And so, you know, and I feel like people, the anonymity makes people feel powerful to say, to vomit their prejudice or their rage or their everything on something. It's just a video that you know, and I'm not affected. That's a good thing. I'm zero affected. I really think it's something wrong about those people, but affects many people, this kind of thing. And the internet makes it like you behind the screen, makes you powerful to type all absurds as possible. Like it's very crazy. Andressa, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with Bruno said, but I think the internet helped people talking about a lot of subjects that they didn't have the space to talk, like about minorities, like racial or LGBT community. So I think internet helps this speech reach more people. So like has the bad side of people want to talk about anything without thinking of the consequence. But I think it helps too the other side, you know, to spread more information about things we sometimes didn't have the chance of know.
That's right. Antonio, what about you?
I agree. I think that in the internet, most people think there is a land without law, mainly in the anonymity, because of course that the freedom of expression it is so strong in the internet. Most person can express what what they think, but most people as well expression your prejudice, your hate. It is so common, for example, on the Twitter, one person posts, good morning, and the other person say, why good morning? Why do you say good morning? So it is so strange to think that one person uses your time for expression the hate, the useless debates, because okay, there are a lot of debates so important to say, to communicate to others person, but there are texts in the internet so bored, annoyed, uh, things that the person who posts don't believe in. I know that the person don't agreeing with it, just to produce the reaction in the internet. I think that the internet, it's mostly about the likes, the person to be views.
Yeah, social media in general. I remember. I just remembered a Chico Buarque interview. He's saying, before internet, I thought everybody loved me because the people don't say things in person, like I don't like you. You're a horrible musician. Oh, you should die. This kind. But on internet, people say. So I don't think it's free speech. It's freedom of speech or free speech. Free speech. It's something else. It's something like I am protected on this side, and I can, because sometimes I saw a video saying, you are stupid, but I am not. That's something I will not to do. I will not comment. I'm not like, because it doesn't make sense. So like you said, Antonio, good morning for who? Oh, it's like nice. It's nice and cold today. Cold? You don't think about people living on the streets. It's not freedom of speech. It's just craziness. Go ahead, Bruno. Say something.
No, I was just agreeing. No, it's interesting because I think mainly on Twitter, this is a strong movement. Like you can't say anything. I saw yesterday. I was listening to a podcast yesterday. Like the guy was gay, and he was saying that he can't complain about Taylor Swift because her fandom is so huge that he can't comment. Like he can't complain. So it's like you need to be really careful with your words, and like watch them
but it's anything. It's
it's anything.
You never know what is people will hate. It's like I always think I made a video saying I miss rice and beans. I deleted that video because so much hate. You should be ashamed. People saying you should be ashamed. You should cook. You should the better things. I deleted because not because it's like affected me, because people were just like you wasn't related. Like how dare you not cooking rice and beans every day? So I don't cook every day. My husband do. I almost don't cook, but it's not. It wasn't that. I was saying like I miss Brazilian food, and I in my mind was like, okay, what represents Brazil? What do you do every day? We eat rice and beans. And people, how you should be ashamed. Anyway, shame on you. It's kind of things like read a book. I really like that. You're very ignorant. Kind of things. I deleted the video because it wasn't my point, So if I cannot aim the point I want, I don't see why it should be online anyway. Number 5, how does freedom of speech improve a society? Antonio.
How freedom of speech improves society? In my opinion, the freedom of speech improves society because we can understand the other's realities, like the freedom of speech, because I understand, I know what happened in my area, in my life, but I don't have the conscience what happened out of my area in others' lives, with others persons. So to listen what the other persons speak, talk, it's so necessary to understand, to build the conscience about the society. What is the society? What is persons live? for me, one thing, it's not a problem, but to other person is. So to know it, it's so necessary to our respect, our that's it.
That's great. Yeah, you made me think about one thing. I was thinking this morning was about the. I always thought when you see that fruits like pre-cut in the supermarkets. In the past, I was just saying people are too lazy. They cannot. They pay more for it. And I saw now talking about internet. I saw on the internet people like disability saying that's very important to us because we cannot cut, we cannot chop anyway our own fruits and not and vegetables. And I said, yes, I never thought about it. Never. So here, listening to others is important. Yeah, I agree with you, Antonio. So I think, again, talking about the internet, improved a lot my view about the world, because many people can say things they can be listened or read it, read anyway. That's it. Bruna, and you.
How does freedom of speech improve society? This one, I think, I don't know. That's a difficult question. I think it can, it might open doors to discussion. I don't know, like you can maybe, but at the same time, like for example, like sometimes people don't say what they think because they are afraid of what the other person is saying, you know, like, oh, I don't know how to talk about something, and I don't want to spread any prejudice or something like this, so I won't say anything, you know, I will just be quiet because I feel it's better not to talk. But maybe when we have this chance to say what we think, we can maybe make people aware of some things. It's really complicated because at the same time I know conversation is like necessary nowadays, and like communication is the key point to change things. We are tired of trying to change other people's minds, you know. I don't know about you, but I am. So I think at the same time it's a bit delicate, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, at some points I am tired. Some things I am very active, like, but like when some people say, like, well, with my husband many times and people around me, my family, my sister the other day said, an Indian. I said, no, Indian's from someone from India. Is an indigenous person. I do correct. I don't mind if they think I am I am annoyed or annoying or anything, because if I want those people around me, if I want to keep, I have to be straight with my convictions and the things I think is right. But I think it is improved society because we can like escape from our bubble sometimes and access other bubbles, even when we don't agree, but knowing that thing exists is important to our own improvement, maybe. So I think in this way. But at the same time, people say a lot of bad things, and spread this very fast. Anyway, Andressa, what about you?
I think freedom of speech is important to improve our society, because imagine if we can complain like about the price of in the market, in the supermarket, like I think we should have this freedom to speak, to don't let things happen that are bad, like have countries that forbid or control internet, so you can say things about some subjects. So in Brazil, if you not satisfied with something, you can like somehow try to like be better about something. So I think it's important to help everyone in different levels of the society. It's a difficult subject, so I have been like difficult to explain. But I think it's important to our liberty, like you can say and like complain about things and try to involve,
Yeah, it is very, it's a very hard subject, but it's like people use this as an ace up the sleeve all the time, like, it's my freedom of speech, to say many things. So I will skip to the number 9, and then we can come back to the other questions. But as Andressa mentioned, Brazil and things we can complain about and everything. So I think it is good to have this question now. Many countries censor websites to control what their citizens can and cannot say. Is this dangerous? Antonio, what do you think? You have censor websites.
So it's danger, of course, because it's like what I see about the teachers. Okay, it is danger because this is a situation what it is force the cities think, see, and speak, post just what the country want, just what the politician want. So it is so limited. So for me, I don't know if it's correctly, but for me it's a crime. Don't permit what the other person say. Don't permit what the other person speak, what you believe, what you don't believe, what you want or no. Limit what the other person see as pretty. It's I don't know. Is a control so bad.
So we should be able to see anything, everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's any subject it should be censored on it, or internet or TV for you?
Sorry?
Is there any subject it should be censored on internet for you? Like people should be able to see.
One thing that is necessary censor.
Yeah, do you think if there's anything? Or people should be able to see everything, anything?
I'm sorry, I can understand.
Okay, no problem. Bruna, what do you think? Number 9.
Tough question, right? Like if something should be censored, I will start with this one. You have just asked because I was thinking. It's interesting because at the same time, I think it would be nice to have some things censored. Some things are history, like, for example, it would be nice to censor things related to, I don't know, for example, Nazism or things like that. But it's history, it's important to be informed somehow, I don't know how it could be done in order to censor it or to, I don't know. Well, let's go straight to the question then. I think it's dangerous to control the websites. You are basically forbidding other people to be free to see what they want. Like sometimes they can't access apps. And apps like simple things. Or Google doesn't work the way it works in other countries. I think it's this is really, really complicated. Yeah, it shouldn't be done this way. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think like you said, some things we shouldn't be censored, but at the same time, I think many things should be. Like if we have censor things. For example, we cannot watch. If you are a kid, you cannot watch adult film, for example.
Good.
Or people should hate speech on the internet should be censored for me. What else? How to make bombs.
Yeah, that's true.
Things like
that's
that, things related to domestic violence, children's abuse. Many things for me should be censored. People should be able to access on internet or anywhere, because sometimes that things for me should be controlled for the society improvement. So,
I got you. Yes, it makes sense. I was thinking of other things, but it makes sense.
Yeah, so it's not like websites, but what the websites can show to people. But I agree, like some places you have just their own Google or that you cannot access social media, and you cannot how to say to the world what's happening in your country. Like,
Yes.
because they control the internet, so it's dangerous.
But
Like today, nowadays in Iran, I think it's happening a big movement against the feminicide. I don't know how to say this, but because I don't know if you see this. One woman was killed by the police because she was wearing the hijab wrong.
I saw it.
Yeah, so it's the like many protesters, many demonstrators on, but we know because people out of Iran are provide internet to them, and then it's
Spreading the message. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Andressa, go ahead.
Yeah, about the question, I think it's dangerous because not only for the like citizens, because they can access some things, but like your example, they can talk about things the country are doing or about the government. So like there are countries that control, like you just see what the government let you see. So you just like view the good side of the government. So I think it's very dangerous. And about like control some websites, I think it'll be good, but at the same time, I don't know how to, because like people use this in a way to control other things that I don't agree, like the discussions that they want to forbid in school. So there are things that I will don't agree in censor that I'm sure some governments will want to censor. So I think it's very hard to like, oh, what can be censored, you know, what will be good to the society.
Yeah, I think that the limit is the law. If there are laws against something, so we should have, because I can't, like, if there's a law against racist, so you cannot be racist. So if you are, you have to work on. But you cannot spread your racism. If there are laws against children's abuse, you shouldn't put on internet or everywhere or anywhere, because the limit is the law. So we're seeing a lot of people complaining, we cannot, about the elections in Brazil now. Like, it's censor. It is my contents be censored. No, it's not. It's the law. You cannot use many things to make propaganda to your candidate. It's a law since like 30 years ago, and people are saying, that's the censored. So the limit's the law, I think. So if there is a law, or there are laws against things or to control things, that's the limit. Unfortunately, we can change the law, yes, but after that, before that, no. Before that, you have to use to control any kind of media, or yeah, that's it. Okay. Number 10, when do you have to be careful what you say? When or where? For example, now I'm very careful to say things about elections, and my family, they are very, my sister, my cousin, my sisters, they are very active on this election, but I am not. I am tired, but she one of my sisters, she was threatened, like, because like, people threaten her life, and that's not good. So I think she should be careful. So what do you guys think? When and where you should be careful? You have to be careful what you say, Bruna.
Well, mainly when there are other people around you you don't know, or you don't know their thoughts. I don't know, on in a Uber, for example, if you don't know the driver, you need to be careful. I think mainly when you are around people you don't know, or when you are around people you know, but you don't know how they could react if you start talking about the subject. So sometimes, even in our family, or our relatives, they have a different opinion from us, and then it's better to avoid, not because we never know what can happen. All these things are so weird, and just to, I think, in order to protect ourselves, we need to be careful as much as we can. And yeah, so maybe when you just say stuff when you know you are in a safe place.
Yeah, but now it's hard to know. It's really hard to know, because people are really, since 2018, people are really crazy about this kind of things, and committing crimes, like killing people, because
Yes.
we saw that. So that's very dangerous. Yeah, and in countries, I think when you're in a country, you don't know the culture, like, or very different culture, like, I don't know any, but like different culture, people are killed or arrested by opinions. So, yeah, and this.
Yeah, I agree, like all Bruno said. Um, like I tend to be careful about political opinion, true, because you never know what other people think. So, like in the first like turn of election, I don't wear anything that like people may think that, oh, you are this side or you're the other side, because right now things in Brazil are very in political terms like very dangerous. And I agree with you about travel to other countries too. I think it's very important to search about the culture, because some things you think is normal, like in Brazil, maybe not be in other place. So you need to respect the law in other countries.
Yeah, sometimes in other countries, you are not what you wearing is dangerous. The way you laugh, the you smile on the streets, like mainly for women. So yeah, we should be careful, not just what you say, but how you are. Sometimes should avoid some places. Antonio, for you.
So when do I have to be careful what I say? In January, all the time. It's necessary to pay attention what I say, because could be misunderstand what I say. But more specifically, I will come back to the school because I work with it. For this reason, because in the position of the teacher, it is so important to pay attention, to be careful what I say, what word I use, the way, the example. My speech in the classroom, to be so cleaner, because it is very common. The teacher will speak one thing and the students spread other. It is very normal. For this reason, to know what I want to pay to what I want to pass with this, it is also very think before. Mainly when to work with 20, 30 students in a classroom, where when the students think that there are different things about one topic, for example, it is necessary think many uh, before to say. Before to say, it is necessary prepare a lot.
Another question. As a teacher, do you think it is possible teach things being neutral? Neutral? Like,
No,
okay.
no, it's
Yeah.
possible to be
Because for me it's
neutral.
impossible.
It's because what I say, it's beauty about beauty uh, uh, in torno around what I believe, what I say, what I live around according my life. And what I say, go to inclinado. So one thing, the other teacher think it the different way, because his life is so different, your reality is so different. So to be neutral, it's for me it's impossible. Mainly when I treat about the humanity sciences. It is so difficult for a history teacher or geography teacher to be neutral. For me, it's more easy because I am chemistry teacher, but it is so important just what I say. But neutral, no. For me, in my point of view, not possible.
Yeah, I think so too, because you teach what the way you learned. But when you even when you are a mathematician or chemistry, it's easy. You teach things like just the way it is.
But I think that in the today, in the science naturally, there are a lot opinions because negationism.
Yeah, but
different.
Exactly. Now, like no, but the science says something, but the Bible says other thing. And my opinion is that doesn't work. So,
the Earth is flat.
Science is not about opinion. Science is about there's theories, but you will have to prove a theory. It's not like my opinion is like the sky is not blue. So that's it. So it's not about the free speech of opinion or anything. Science is science and have to be proved many times and researched by many people. Pedro, how was the conversation for you? And can you answer the number 10? The question number 10.
For me or for other people?
Oh, Pedro Coutinho. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, what question?
Number 10.
7.
10. 10.
10. When do you have to be careful what you say? Ever. You ever be careful. And I totally all for the free speech. I think free speech is totally free, but we need to be careful. So I know the rules, I know the human rights, and if I believe in that, I can say what I believe. So why you say something that you don't believe? So something that you know is wrong. So I think the people don't know what is wrong, and this is the problem. So if I know this is good, I can say that. And if I know this is wrong, and I know this is wrong, why I will say that? So we have these people that know the things is wrong and say that. So I think we ever be careful because we can't offend the other person. So sometimes we think only us and not the other person, and we say something that for us is okay, but for the other person, no. We don't know what the other person suffer or pass it. So I think we need to be careful what we are saying.
Yeah, I'll be very I don't know, but I what is good, what is bad? It's about opinion or not. Jefferson, do you think you know everything what is the good and bad, and you can judge other opinions about what is good and bad?
No, you can't judge, but just about opinion. But just about facts, about the science, and to respect the science. Because we have a lot of guys studying a lot of subjects, like we discussed here about homosexuality. And so you must respect this guy that studied this and not about.
But if my religion says homosexuality is wrong, that's what I believe. So that's what I think is bad.
Well, so you can follow your religion. You must change your religion. Go to another one. Come to my religion.
Yeah, but the major one says that.
It's like in Brazil now. We have a lot of friends from some kinds of church, and the pastor used to say, you must vote to this guy, onto this guy. And you can't feel satisfied, you can go home. Go home. Unfortunately, that's our society now in Brazil. Unfortunately.
And not just in Brazil. If it was just in Brazil only, that would be much better. It's around the world. Okay, Luis, and for you, how was the conversation?
So it was very good. It's always a pleasure to be here, but this topic is bring us hard things to think about it. It's very hard, but it's good. It's very good. I like it.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm running out of time. Actually, I did already. And that's it. See you guys on next week. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.